Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
We got a no-no going right now. Is Yamamoto going to throw a no-hitter? Here it is. The 2-1 to Jackson Holiday.
In the air, right field, hit deep.
No!
His turns and watches it go.
Watch the Dodgers lose this game, too. That would be so tough.
Watch this.
No. Wait. What are the Dodgers doing?
If he puts in Tanner Scott, you shoot someone.
Oh, perfect. Here comes
Tanner Scott.
He blows like every game he's in.
I swear, if my team loses, if my team
Blows it.
I might have to blow my shit.
Please don't do that. Base hit center field. That is unbelievable. Thank you for being here, subscribed or not, and if you haven't joined the 49% Elite Humans, consider hitting that button if you enjoy the videos, as the Dodgers haven't been at all what we expected of them in 2025. I mean, people's expectations haven't been this subverted since what The Last Jedi did to Star Wars fans. There has been one constant, though, one thing that remains good through all the madness. Shohei Ohtani. He has the best offensive numbers in the National League and is back pitching, not that entirely much. The team is taking it very cautious with him, but overall he's well on his way to yet another MVP season. And I've seen people say Kyle Schwarber should win it, and my response to that is hashtag stop Asian hate. It must end. Look around everywhere else on the Dodgers, and in a lot of ways, it's been a disaster. But I'll tell you what isn't a disaster, and that's getting good deals on tickets for baseball games or any sort of event. With the MLB playoffs almost here, along with the NFL season starting up, it's the perfect time to talk about getting tickets to go to games, and that's where SeatGeek comes in to help you out. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. And they always make it really easy to see which seats are the most ideal to get. They walk you through this with a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal, so you can see where the best deals are. Green is for the good deals, red is for the bad deals, and this is where I come in, as you can get 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek by using code iTALK10. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code ITALK10. Make sure you click the link in the description and download the app. Now back to the video. Okay, so Shohei Ohtani is great. Oh, all right. Well, the floor at a Waffle House at 3 a.m. is dirty, and so is the pastor's daughter. Tell me something that isn't inevitable. Well, individually for this Dodger team, everywhere else, it's been a whirlwind. To start, Roki Sasaki, as of right now, is an astronomical disappointment. I mean, this is a guy who was looked at as the greatest pitcher on the planet years ago, before he ever pitched in the big leagues. Now, was that stupid to look at him that way before he ever threw a pitch in the big leagues? Not only in hindsight, but even in the moment, yes, it was very stupid. But it doesn't take away the insane hype that he had and how angry everyone was that he went to the Dodgers. I mean, that tells you he was very good and hyped up. The biggest thing with Sasaki that just is completely different than advertised was the fastball. I mean, his fastball went from otherworldly to somehow flatter than Taylor Swift's ass, seemingly overnight the moment he entered the big leagues. While Taylor Swift can still sing, Sasaki looked like he forgot how to pitch. His strikeout ability vanished, and hitters were walking more than a Fitbit addict off of him. He walked almost as many hitters as he struck out. I mean, disaster. But let me make it clear, I am rooting for this guy very hard. A lot of people aren't because he's a Dodger. Well, screw you. His backstory is gut-wrenching. Seems like a great dude, which, I mean, he's from Japan. That's like saying, oh, that bright yellow thing in the sky, that's kind of hot. No shit. I really want him to do well. It just didn't work out immediately, but I have faith it will moving forward. But for the time being, it's tough not having him pan out. Same goes with Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow. Not necessarily success-wise. They're both as great as ever. It just hurts when they're, held together by glue and duct tape. Snell and Glasnow are two of the most fun pitchers to watch, at least to me, and I'm not alone on that. The baseball gods just hate their bodies, which is very annoying, but it's nothing new. It's expected at this point. That's part of who they are. The Dodgers knew this, but it's still not ideal to have them be out as much as they were, which has forced other arms into the starting rotation, which isn't built much of true reliable starters. Talent-wise, they're great. Like, the Dodgers actually have a lot of good arms, but only one pitcher on this current Dodgers team has thrown more than 100 innings all season. One, and that's Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Behind him is 37-year-old Clayton Kershaw. Those are who have kept the pitching staff from drowning. God bless them, especially Kershaw for where he's at in his career to be doing this. It's crazy. Before we get into the worst part of this team, the offense has had some real issues too. Michael Conforto has been really bad, but okay, whatever. The Dodgers didn't sign him with an expectation of greatness. The two big down seasons have been Mookie Betts and Teoscar Hernandez. Just not at all what they were last season and how they've been the majority of their careers, especially Mookie. I mean, he's just completely lost it this year. Overall, it's jarring how bad he's been overall, although he has been much better as of late. Not elite, but better. Teoscar's season looks like this. He had a great first month of the season and then dipped. It's been a struggle, and it's bad when manager Dave Roberts is yeah, he has to pick it up. You don't always see managers publicly say stuff like that when it comes to performance. He was mostly talking about Teoscar's defense and right field, a part of his game that's just been brutal this year. And pair that with his awful hitting, it's not fun. I really hope he figures it out and have faith he will too. There's a trend here. Yeah, I like a lot of these Dodger players, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, he's not the same player right now, and that brings us to the worst part of this Dodger team. I mentioned how weak the rotation has been in terms of racking up innings and being reliable to be out there a lot. And what that does is not only just put more pressure on the bullpen, but one of the worst bullpens in the freaking game. Tanner Scott was the big arm they got for the bullpen in free agency. He was traded to the Padres last year just for the Dodgers to be like, here's more money, come with us. Scott's like, bet. And it's as if he took the money as a Padres spy. He's been atrocious this year. His ERA is over 4.5. He's given up 10 home runs, 8 blown saves. Then the other free agent the Dodgers signed that everyone had an aneurysm over, Kirby Yates, he's been just as bad. ERA pushing 5. He's also been hurt a good chunk of the year. The Dodgers do have some solid options in the bullpen, like Anthony Banda, Jack Dreyer, Alex Vesia. God, they have so many freaking lefties. They're pretty good, but it's still so shaky when you consider they just don't really have anyone that locked down at the back end. And again, it's not like the starting rotation is putting them on their back and racking up a ton of innings to take any pressure off. All right, so about a week ago, the D-bags came into town and took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. Dodgers scored a combined 1 run in the first 2 games. I mean, it was what is this? Well, the Sunday game was going a lot better. They immediately doubled the run total in the first inning, jumping ahead, eventually going up 4-1. D-backs looked pretty dead out there. Yamamoto was dominating. Now there's 2 outs in the 8th. Nobody on base, down 3 runs. I mean, it's pretty much over, even with a shaky Dodger bullpen. Never mind. Tanner Scott, per usual, had other plans. 3-run homer, tie game, and thank God for Will Smith. Ew, not that one. No, a cool one. Thank you. He walks the game off. Dodgers recover from the blown lead and avoid the sweep. And thankfully, a 2-out, 3-run lead blown in the 8th is pretty much as rock bottom as it gets. You can't really get more brutal than that. Much needed win, and what's also much needed is facing the Pirates now, because the D-backs aren't great, but they're not that bad. They're still a tough team, so they get a break in Pittsburgh for the win. Oh no, oh God. Yikes. Kershaw did dial in after that first inning. In fact, so dialed in, he's making plays like this. Dodgers came back to tie it. You're thinking, okay, that first inning was just a blimp in the road. Oh no, Pirates immediately rally for 3 runs. Dodgers pull within run, Pirates pull away just enough to win this game 9-7. The classic Pirates, who have, arguably the worst offense in baseball, out slugging the Dodgers because, obviously, Shohei Ohtani goes 3 for 5 with an RBI double, a home run that went 120 miles an hour off the bat as the Dodgers lose 9-7. I mean, geez, this team really is turning into the Angels. Next game, both teams combined for 3 runs, which is the same as saying me and Barry Bonds have a combined 762 career home runs. Pirates scored all 3 runs. 5 of their pitchers combined to shut the Dodgers out. So that's another series loss to a team below 500. Not ideal, and neither is going down 5-0 in Game 3. Tommy Pham, by the way, has been so much better since the start of the season. Say whatever you want about the guy. I've definitely said my fair share, but you can't deny the dude can ball out at times. There's a reason he's still an everyday player at 37 years old. Pirates offense overall puts up 5. Their pitching staff getting it done again, but the Dodgers finally got going. They finally get their shit together and rally for some runs. Well, it would have been nice to do that earlier. Too little, too late. Pirates hold on and sweep the Dodgers. The impossible happens. The Pirates actually win a game for Paul Skeens. Now off to Baltimore to face another last place team. And what would they do in game one? Score 1 run. Freddie Freeman being the sole reason they didn't get shut out. Their pitching was at least better. Ohtani started the game, struck out 5 hitters in almost 4 innings. At one point, he made a nice play on this little squibber by Kobe Mayo, a ball that started foul and then went back in, so he grabs it and tags him out right in the balls. Ugh, Mayo is so lucky. Anyway, skip to the 9th inning, 1-1 game, Tanner Scott in to keep the game tied, and that's exactly where they went wrong. Samuel Abasalo, the catcher the Orioles have fallen in love with over Adley Rutschman, hits his first career Camden Yards home run, a walk-off home run. Awesome moment for him. Just another day at the office for Scott. Nothing special. That's 4 straight losses for the Dodgers. Well, Yoshinobu Yamamoto wasn't about to make it 5. Bro showed exactly why he's being paid $325 million. In times of crisis, he takes the ball and makes sure the boys are back into the win column. And thanks to Mookie Betts going off for a couple of hits and driving in a couple of runs, including on this triple, Yamamoto was in line for history. Just straight filth. Strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. He ends up becoming a single out away from a no-hitter, which would be the first of 2025. Now, I mentioned this in the live stream when I was reacting to all this unfold. This has been the year of the offense. There haven't been any no-hitters thrown this year, but there have been 3 separate 4 home run games. To add more context on just how rare and crazy this is, a 4 home run game is more rare than a perfect game. The last one to happen before this year was 2017, yet there have been 3 this year, and also 0 no-hitters, despite there being 4 no-hitters last year. And get this, 21 total no-hitters from 2021 through 2024. 21 over those years, and this year there's 0. So I don't know, I found that interesting. And because of 2025 being the way it's been, of course, Yamamoto's no-hitter ends on a home run. Well, that sucks. So close, but whatever. At least you're still going to get a big, much-needed win thanks to Yamamoto's heroic performance. Right? Right? I mean, Yamamoto did almost all the work. Here's just one singular out to get, and the game is over. The Dodger bullpen looked at this task and said,
Oh, hell no!
Orioles down to their final strike. Jeremiah Jackson hits one into the gap. Orioles down to their final strike. Again, this sweeper by Blake Treinen does too much sweeping. Gunnar Henderson gets clipped. Couple guys on now, and Treinen fully loses control. Walks Ryan Mountcastle on 5 pitches to load the bases. Does the exact same to Colton Cowser to walk home a run. So now in comes Tanner Scott, who I guess it would have been more ideal for him to face Cowser, lefty on lefty, but who cares? At this point, he would have also blown it either way. Base it up the middle. 2-run score. Orioles win one of the craziest comebacks I've ever seen, and I think everyone else will say the same thing. Unbelievable. I mean, a few months ago, the Dodger bullpen conversation was kind of cute. It was like, haha, this bullpen's, it's a little shaky. Then it was like, okay, this bullpen, they may need some help. Then it's like, okay, this bullpen kind of sucks. Now it's like, how is this bullpen going to survive any longer? Which also means, how much longer will this team survive? Because you can't really go that far without a semi-competent bullpen. It's crazy. I mean, you can't even have faith in this pen to get 1 out, after their starter gave them the first 26, let alone if they got to get through multiple innings. It's rough. And I can only imagine what the vibes would have looked like if this team also lost on Sunday, but instead the veterans got it done. Shohei leads off the game with a home run, then goes deep again with Mookie going back-to-back. Clayton Kershaw continues to do the unthinkable. He pitches real well. This is his first game ever against the Orioles, by the way. Kershaw's 37 years old, been in the big leagues 18 years, and never faced Baltimore until now, which was the final team to complete all 30. So he's now faced every team in baseball. At this point, Kershaw's career is like collecting Riddler trophies in Arkham City. He checks off another cool side mission, but gets taken out in the 6th inning, meaning you're asking this bullpen to get you at least 10 outs. Which seems like asking John Wayne Gacy to babysit your child. But somehow they found a way. Definitely wasn't smooth, but they got it done. Dodgers love their white left-handed pitchers. Justin Wroblewski gets out of a jam in the 7th with 2 strikeouts. Then strikes out the side in the 8th. I guess we know the Tanner Scott replacement now, so he was great. Then Jack Dreyer follows him up with a save in the 9th. Awesome. Couldn't have needed that win possibly anymore, but this team still looks like it's falling apart. Literally. To make things even worse, their catchers are now dropping like flies. First, Will Smith went down last week after getting hit in the hand with a foul ball. He has a bone bruise the team doesn't think will heal this year, but he's apparently gonna play through it. And all I can think about is the Dodgers medical staff and coaches doing this to Will while trying to recover. So that's their starting catcher. Then the backup catcher, the rookie, Dalton Rushing, fouled the ball off his leg. You would have thought he got shot from someone in the stands the way he reacted, which I don't blame him. Look where this ball just slams into. Ow. So the starting catcher and backup catcher are both hurt within days of each other, meaning I'm basically the Dodgers catcher now. Things can change and they can change fast, but with a few weeks to go in the season, the division is still very much open for grabs, mainly because the Dodgers just haven't been doing themselves any favors. This team overall, mainly the bullpen, of course, is just asking to be screwed. And eventually, if you don't figure it out quick enough, there's not going to be a chance to make it right. Let me know your thoughts and thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.